Here's another wonderful question in the Q&A section. Ready? How do I experience wisdom in my life? And how can I bring it even more alive so that it becomes more and more my go-to state of mind when I'm feeling insecure? Wonderful question. And if you've been watching these Q&As, you know that at this point I say, pause the recording so that you can go deep within your wisdom, your deeper knowing, out of the chatter of your brain, out of thinking about it. No thought. Just go to that quieter place and see what bubbles up from wisdom for you, and then come back on. Because here's my answer. Let's see. How do I experience wisdom in my life? It's what came to me, just what I just said. Like getting out of your head, getting out of your thinking, getting out of the little things we create with our ability to think. The woulda, shoulda, couldas of life. The why isn't life more like this? Why can't I have that? The thoughts about life isn't fair. What did I do to deserve this? You know, all those kinds of thinking that we all are really good at creating. Wisdom, you know it when you hear it. You know it when you hear it, because wisdom never gives anybody a selfish answer. You know, I've just recently seen that. You know, they talk about, doesn't matter how long you've been around the principles. In fact, the person who asked this has been around the principles a long time too. And we just keep deepening our seeing, deepening our understanding, deepening our knowing, deepening our wisdom. That you just know wisdom. And sometimes wisdom could say, it's not making sense for us to continue our relationship. And you'd have a nice talk with the person and you'd wish them well, right? Sometimes wisdom might say, I have to do something about this thing that keeps popping up for me. Like my tooth feels sensations with hot and cold. I think I'll make an appointment with the dentist. I notice that I'm more out of breath when I climb stairs. I think I'll make an appointment with my doctor. It's not, wisdom is not, gee, what is this? Could it be this? Could it be that? I'm afraid of this. I fear that. It's not giving answers. It's giving direction. That's how I see it. And bringing it more alive so that I have it more. I think the more I notice it, the more it happens. Or the more I notice that I'm not coming from wisdom, the more I can settle down, get quiet up here. And what do you think comes? I also like this that I heard from George Pransky. So I'm in my memory now, right? But memory can be full of wisdom. Check it out. This is what I remember. George Pransky saying, if you want to know the answer to something, instead of churning with it in your pea brain. I made that word up just now. Just ask yourself the question and put it on the back burner of your mind. Kind of like sauce bubbling on a back burner on low. Go about your life, go about whatever you're doing, forget about the question. And I'll bet you get an answer at some point. Hasn't that happened to you already, right? Like you're meet up with somebody in the supermarket and they say, hi, Lori, how you doing? They remember your name and you're like trying to find the name through the Rolodex of your mind, and you got to give up at some point. You kind of, you're kind and graceful about the fact that you can't remember their name. And then you're 3 aisles down looking at the ingredients in a can of soup and the name comes to you when you were not working the brain. That's the amazing aspect of wisdom. And the more you are in awe and grateful to be plugged into this wisdom, a deeper knowing that you can't explain really. It's hard to explain it with words. You have to just recognize it within yourself. And you do already. You're just not tuned into really recognizing it. And you'll just see it more and more and more, the more you're in this conversation with us. Bye for now.